Hey, it's Paul with MusicMaster. A lot of people set MusicMaster up and then forget it as far as how it goes with rules. Today we're going to talk about how to get the most out of artist separation. So for starters, you typically see that under all categories, you have an unbreakable artist keyword time separation rule. Frequently, we see it set to an hour and 10 minutes. That way MusicMaster doesn't auto-schedule anything by an artist that just played in the same position the hour previously or the hour next. But we can get better than that. First way I'm going to show you is by going to Library and Keywords, and then using the drop down at the top here for artist keywords. This is applicable to any keyword field in your library, okay? We're just looking at artist keywords today. Once in here, you see all of your artist keywords and all of their settings. You see auto is set here for time separation. That's that 110 rule that we just set up in MusicMaster's rule tree. If we click on Tools, we can go to Start the Separation Wizard. And in here, we can tell MusicMaster we want better than that hour 10. Or maybe we have an artist that can't hit an hour 10. This is where we can determine that. So first up, we set a percentage. MusicMaster will calculate how much time we can expect between plays of an artist keyword, just based on the library. We're going to take 40% of that value and use that as our rule setting for that specific rule. Down here where it says set to auto and the recommended separation value exceeds the following, I'm just picking 3 days and 3 hours. You could set this much lower or much higher depending on your library. I've seen it set as low as 5 hours. I've seen it 3 hours. That's up to you. I'm going to go to the nearest 5 minutes as opposed to going to the nearest individual minute. And we're going to recommend some basic hour rotation settings too. Actually, I'm turning that off. I don't need to see hour rotation settings for keywords at this point. I'm going to hit next. MusicMaster does its math and says we've got 224 recommended changes. So I click finish, and here's our information. MusicMaster is suggesting a separation value of 2 hours and 35 minutes for Aaron Tippin based on how much rest we can get. So if we were to say 40%, 235 is 40% of what? It's about 40% of 5 hours or so. So we can assume that Aaron Tippin has a 5-hour separation optimally, but we're asking for 235. We can just accept that by double clicking on the 235, and now Aaron Tippin has to meet a 235 time separation as opposed to that 110 that we set in the rule tree. If we're also playing AC/DC and we want to use this suggestion of 4 hours, just double click on it. We can also go to Filter, and then we see all of those separation values, and we can sort by them as well. So we've got some in here with 5 minutes separation between jingles, 40 minutes for Alan Jackson. If we don't like 40 minutes and we want to go differently from that, we can do so by typing in that setting right here over auto, or we can double click this to accept it, or we can say change them all. So now all of those suggested set values have been moved over to the time separation here. I can then sort by the time separation. And you see, boy howdy, suggests 2 days and 1 hour. So that's why we said the 3 days, 3 hours might be okay, because we have no artist that can hit that reasonably. And we can reverse sort it. And now we see here we goes all the autos, and as we scroll down, all of a sudden we'll start seeing real lower numbers. So here's those 5 and 40 minute ones. So if we don't want 40 minutes for Alan Jackson, we can set him at an hour and 10. Or we could just set to auto. And we could do the same for George Strait and for Toby Keith and Brooks and Dunn. All those that are less than the hour 10, we can set to auto. But all those that are an hour 10 or greater, leave those set. So now MusicMaster says we have to hit an hour 15 for Travis Tritt, not that hour 10 that's in the rule tree. We have to hit 2 days and X number of hours, 2 days and an hour for Boy Howdy and for Jay Giles and Kathy Mattea. That's all great, okay? We hit done there. Now we've got much better artist separation based on what's actually in the library. the next thing we can do is we can set a goal for optimum keyword rest for artist keywords. Now, in MusicMaster Pro, you can only add goals to individual categories in the optimum goal scheduling folder. But in CS, we can do it to category groups. So I'm going to apply this to all of my music categories. So over here under optimum goal scheduling and keyword goals, my first one is optimum keyword rest artist keywords. I drag that, drop it into the goal scheduling folder. Bingo, we've got it. What does it do? Let me explain. We're looking at a country data set, kind of an oldies country, 90s based. So let's say we have 100 songs in the library. 10 of those songs are by Garth Brooks. We can mathematically expect to hear Garth Brooks every 10th song. Let's say 5 songs out of the 100 is by Randy Travis. We can reasonably expect to hear Randy Travis every 20 songs. So MusicMaster is determining to play either a Garth song or a Randy song. It's been 7 songs since we last heard Garth. 7 out of that 10 is 70%. But we've gone 12 songs without hearing Randy Travis. 12 is 60% of 20. So MusicMaster would favor the Garth Brooks song in this case because it has a higher score. The goal of optimum keyword separation is to best achieve 100% of that optimum rest value. Combine those two things, your optimum keyword rest rule or goal, along with your artist keyword time separation rule and the unique time separation values, you're going to have a great separation of artist keywords. You're going to have your core artists playing frequently. You're going to have those one-hit wonders and one-offs playing less frequently, and things are going to be beautiful and you're going to love the sound.